Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Roman Reigns went on a hiatus after losing his undisputed WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. Meanwhile, Paul Heyman continued appearing on television alongside Solo Sikoa and The Bloodline. However, the tide shifted dramatically when Sikoa turned on Heyman and removed him from his faction. Later, the original tribal chief made a grand comeback during Rhodes' title defense against Sikoa at SummerSlam 2024, playing a crucial role in helping the American Nightmare secure his victory. Yet, the absence of the wise men raised questions among fans about when the 58-year-old would reappear to join forces with his tribal chief once again. Here are 3 ways Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman could reunite in WWE. 3. Paul Heyman brings WWE legend Umaga's son Zilla Fatu as Roman Reigns' new enforcer. Heyman could step into the spotlight once again, but this time he would not return alone. He could be accompanied by a strikingly familiar face as he introduces Umaga's son Zilla Fatu to the WWE Universe. The young wrestler bears a striking resemblance to his legendary father and brings an aura of intensity and raw power to the ring. Heyman, as always, could play the perfect advocate, framing the new star as the new enforcer to Roman Reigns. The up-and-coming Samoan talent is eager to make his mark in the WWE and join forces with his cousins in the ring. Teaming up with Reigns would add an exciting new chapter to the Bloodline saga. It would not only boost the original Bloodline status, but also inject a whole lot of drama and excitement into SmackDown. 2. Heyman could make a surprise appearance for an emotional reunion with his tribal chief. The wise men might show up just when Roman Reigns is in the ring delivering a promo, clearly rattled from the recent assault by Bloodline 2.0. Suddenly, Paul Heyman bursts onto the scene, leaving the audience in shock. He walks in with a look of intense emotion on his face. He opens up to Reigns about the tough times he faced while Reigns was gone, even mentioning that he ended up in an ambulance after weeks of being terrified of the ruthless Bloodline 2.0. They then share a touching hug, creating a strong moment that rekindles their alliance against Solo Sikoa and his version of the Bloodline. 1. Heyman brings back Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. Heyman could return and explain that he's been working behind the scenes to bring Jimmy and Jey back into the fold, planning their reunion to strengthen their alliance. This would show off Heyman's dedication and smarts, plus it would lead to an epic moment at Survivor Series 2024. This reunion could shake things up. Heyman's smart strategies combined with the Usos' lively energy would strengthen Reigns' position as the tribal chief. With Heyman, Reigns, and the Usos back together, fans can expect an epic 4v4 battle where Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn face off against the new Bloodline, which is set to redefine what the original Bloodline was all about in WWE. In the ever-evolving landscape of WWE, few figures have had as profound an impact as Paul Heyman, the master manipulator behind many of WWE's most dominant superstars. His partnership with Roman Reigns has been the cornerstone of the Bloodline, an era-defining storyline. However, with tension brewing in the Bloodline and Roman's reign showing signs of vulnerability, the question on everyone's mind is how Paul Heyman will return to aid the tribal chief. Could he bring with him the son of a Samoan legend as Roman's new enforcer? Here are 3 potential ways Paul Heyman could reunite with Roman Reigns, reigniting the fire of the Bloodline and introducing a new enforcer to keep Roman's kingdom intact. 1. Paul Heyman introduces Jacob Fatu as the new enforcer. Jacob Fatu, the son of the legendary Samoan Wild Samoan Solofa Fatu, Rikishi, has been making waves on the independent circuit. Known for his incredible athleticism, hard-hitting style, and undeniable connection to the Samoan wrestling legacy, he would make the perfect enforcer for Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman's return could be built around a major crisis within the Bloodline, with Solo Sikoa's loyalty in question and Jey Uso having left Roman in the dust. Roman, feeling exposed and without his trusted family, could find himself in need of fresh blood to maintain his iron grip on the WWE Universal Championship. Enter Heyman, with a plan that could shift the balance once more. In a powerful backstage segment, Heyman could be seen having private conversations with a shadowy figure, hinting at Roman's future security. As tensions rise on SmackDown, Roman becomes increasingly paranoid about losing control of his empire. In a climactic moment, Heyman reemerges with Jacob Fatu, introducing him as the new enforcer who will not only protect Roman but restore the Bloodline's dominance. Jacob Fatu would bring a fresh dynamic to the Bloodline. His viciousness in the ring could make him the perfect tool for Roman to keep the locker room in check, and his family lineage adds legitimacy to his role. Heyman, always the strategist, could sell this decision as necessary for Roman's continued success, and the duo of Reigns and Fatu, led by Heyman, would feel like an unstoppable force. 2. Paul Heyman manipulates Solo Sikoa to stay loyal to Roman ****. Another scenario could see Paul Heyman play the master manipulator, getting into the head of Solo Sikoa to keep him loyal to Roman Reigns. While tensions have been brewing between Solo and Roman, with Solo's slow rise as a potential breakout star, Heyman could step in as the glue that holds them together. In this storyline, Heyman senses the cracks in the Bloodline and realizes that Roman cannot afford to lose Solo, his last remaining ally. Solo's stoic demeanor and unflinching loyalty to Roman have been questioned, and many expect him to go rogue. However, Heyman could intervene with a plan to cement Solo's place as Roman's enforcer once again. Heyman, with his silver tongue, could remind Solo of the family's legacy, emphasizing that turning on Roman would betray their heritage. In a series of carefully crafted promos, Heyman could paint a picture where Solo, despite his potential to go solo, would be better off as Roman's right-hand man, the true protector of the Anoa'i legacy. A major twist could occur if Heyman manipulates Solo into believing that anyone who challenges Roman is challenging their family's entire legacy. The tension between Roman and Solo could still simmer, but Heyman's involvement would ensure that Solo stays in line, even if it's just for a little while longer. This could lead to Solo becoming more brutal and aggressive in his role, as Heyman stirs his loyalty and pride in his heritage. 3. Paul Heyman returns with a new vision for the Bloodline ***. Perhaps the most dramatic option would be for Paul Heyman to return with an entirely new vision for the Bloodline, reshaping it in a way that protects Roman Reigns while allowing the storyline to continue evolving. This would involve the introduction of a new Samoan powerhouse, maybe someone like Zilla Fatu, the son of WWE legend Umaga. While still green in the wrestling world, Zilla Fatu has a rich legacy and the potential to bring a new dynamic to Roman's empire. Heyman could craft a narrative where Roman is no longer just the tribal chief of WWE but the patriarch of a new, more ruthless version of the Bloodline. Heyman could push for the idea that Roman's empire has expanded beyond what the Usos could provide, and it's time for a new generation of enforcers to take their place. By doing this, Heyman secures Roman's future by surrounding him with hungry new talent, ensuring the survival of the Bloodline for years to come. Zilla Fatu, being the son of Umaga, could be introduced as a destructive force, much like his father. His raw power and untamed aggression could be molded by Roman and Heyman to create the ultimate enforcer. This shift would also allow Roman to take on more of a mentor role, positioning himself as the wise leader who brings up the next generation. Heyman, ever the opportunist, would present this as his master plan all along. He could even subtly hint that Roman's previous enforcers, like Solo and the Usos, were always just stepping stones to something greater. Heyman could play on Roman's ego, convincing him that by expanding the Bloodline, he's creating a dynasty that will last forever. This version of the Bloodline, with Heyman's guidance, would be darker, more ruthless, and more dangerous than ever. Roman Reigns, backed by Zilla Fatu and perhaps other emerging Samoan talents, would be untouchable. This would also provide WWE with an opportunity to freshen up the storyline, bringing in new faces while keeping Roman at the top of the mountain. Conclusion: Paul Heyman's potential return to WWE, with the son of a Samoan legend as Roman Reigns' enforcer, opens up a wealth of possibilities for the future of the Bloodline. Whether he introduces Jacob Fatu as a new enforcer, manipulates Solo Sikoa to stay loyal, or brings in someone like Zilla Fatu for a new vision of the Bloodline, Heyman's genius could reignite Roman's dominance. In the ever-changing world of WWE, one thing is certain: with Paul Heyman by his side, Roman Reigns is never without a plan to stay on top.